Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to the Art of Warfare in-house tournament. We're going to be jumping into week number 4, bracket B right here, and we're going to be casting. Who have we got here? We've got Awaken up the top left side of the map. He is going to be playing for the In Pursuit of Skill team, and that's going to be freaking awesome. So we've seen a lot of. We've cast Awaken, I believe, before. He was actually playing against the beef dude from Masterminds in week 2, and they had an absolutely epic game, and one of the most epic games I've ever seen in or out of this tournament. So really, really nice. Unfortunately, he did lose that, so we'll see if he can come back in this game against the Fallen One. Is the Fallen One? He is from Team Insane, and we actually saw him in week 1 beating, who did he beat? He beat Dutch Joker from Paddy's Heroes. So we'll see if he can continue his series of wins right here for his team, which is Team Insane, which is currently 3rd, I think. Team Insane, I'll just double check. Yes, they're currently 3rd in the standing of the entire tournament, so they're doing pretty alright. Pretty insane. So let's just see how this game comes out. We've actually got Forge Fast Expand coming out for Awaken. Bit of a risky play, but not as risky as you'd think against a Zerg player, because Zergs, man, they like to sit back, they like to macro, so I think he should be able to pull this off. It's always interesting to look at people doing a Forge Fast Expand, because I assume he'd be going for the Nexus straight off this Forge. When I do it, I usually don't. I usually go for like a Gateway off it and then go for a Nexus after that, but usually a lot of players who like to do the risk, they go for the whatchamacallit, they go for the Nexus straight off the Forge, or at least straight after the cannon. And we've actually got a, whatchamacallit, a thingamybomb, a spawning pool going down first, so he's going for pool and then hatch. So he can definitely put out some link pressure, but the cannon should be able to hold him off without too many problems. So I'm guessing he's probably going to save up for the Nexus right here, and then just plonk that down. And no, he is going for the Gateway first. So playing it nice and safe, but he has to go there for the Nexus right now, because if he leaves the Nexus any longer, it's basically not worth getting the Forge out first anymore. Not worth getting that cannon out. So yeah, I would be quite surprised if he doesn't save up for the Nexus and get that now. We will have to see though. We'll just have to see. We've got a bunch of links coming out. They've got no chance of doing anything here. They could run past and start harassing in the main, but this probe is actually blocking off this gap. I hope he's blocking off this gap. I hope there's not a gap here, because that looks like a pretty wide area. I think he's blocking it off. Yep, very nice. And these are actually on a move command. They're not on an attack move command. So, or they may have been on an attack move and actually trying to attack that and not the probe. So, pretty nice. Really, really needs to get this Nexus out, man. He's taken so long in doing it. I mean, the second cannon, you don't need the second cannon. You need the Nexus. What is he doing? Oh man, this is what he's doing over here. Although it looks like the probe that put these down is actually dead now, so not good at all. The 2 cannons going to come up at the same time. I think they might survive. I think this one should survive just barely. Although he's got a worker who's going to be helping to take this down. So it may not survive after all. And if this one goes down, the other one's not going to be enough to solo the Queen, I don't think. Especially not with all these workers going nuts on it. So yeah, man, Awaken, get that Nexus down, because this plan is not working anymore. It's just not working. Oh man, he's actually sending another probe down. Too much, man, too much. He's got to get stuck into that, because this plan is totally backfired. And where is that? I'm just going to keep saying where is that Nexus, because he really needs to build one right now. He's actually going for a ton of pylons and a ton of gas. Oh man, I'm quite... No, there he is. There he is. He has built the Nexus. So there it goes down. Could have built it a little bit earlier. Decided to go for the cannon rush though. Did not work out. So he falls back onto the Nexus though, and that's fine. I mean, that's pretty fine. Although it looks like the Fallen One is going to go for a 3rd base. So the advantage Awaken could have gotten by getting... No, maybe he's not going for a 3rd base. Maybe not. But the advantage that Awaken could have gotten by getting that Nexus a lot earlier is not so much there anymore. This is basically just a normal expansion timing now. So it's a bit unfortunate, but I mean, this is what Starcraft is about. It's about making plays, and if they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. But Yeah, unfortunately in this case they didn't work, but he still was able to fall back on the Nexus, so it's still pretty good play overall, I would say. And here comes the Roach Warren for the Fallen One, and with this Nexus coming out, he really does need to start thinking about a third base, because he's been doing alright so far, held off that cannon rush quite nicely, but he really needs a third base. I mean, he's getting a ton of workers, but he's going to be capped out on both bases very soon, actually. Quite soon. And you don't want to just cap out both your bases and then just sit back as a Zerg player. It's not a good idea. You want to get that third base out. So we'll see how that's going to go. We've got a ton of workers coming over here. Awaken doing a fairly good job, but he does need to push the workers a little bit harder. So we'll see if he does manage to do that. He's actually got one air weapon coming out as well as a Stargate. So he's not just getting Stargate tech, he's getting serious Stargate tech. He's definitely wants to get into that stuff. Maybe going to see just a Void Ray army or something like that, but I'm not sure. I mean, the Fallen One, he's currently got a Roach coming out, and after Roaches generally, Hydras will follow, and Hydras against Void Rays just completely own them all over the place. So, not too sure. Not too sure. Void Rays can do a bit of harassment, get a group of 3 or 4 of them, and they can shred Spore Crawlers, they can shred Queens. I almost said Squeens, but they can shred Queens. And it's going to be pretty awesome, but the Hydras are such a pain, and we can only assume that, what is this? There's actually a probe hiding back there. I can barely see it, but it is there. He's actually going. He's going to, I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to build a pylon back there. He's thinking about cannon rushing this when it finally gets built, but I don't know. There's probably a waste of minerals at this point. He needs to start thinking about more workers. More workers. Build your workers. And some sort of other plan, because Void Rays is not really much of a plan when you're going up against a Zerg player who can just jump Hydras out whenever they want. I mean, it's just really crazy. And there's going to be so much Roaches, so he's going to be hold off a bit of them with the Void Rays he's building, but he hasn't really got a backup plan at the moment. I mean, he's got one gateway at the moment. One gateway. What's he building? A second Stargate, so no backup plan whatsoever. It's just going to be Void Rays. And I'm not sure I like this plan very much at all, because there we go. He's going to see the Overseer's going to see the Void Rays. Great scout by the Fallen One just at the right time. And now all he needs to do is put down a Hydralisk Den, and he's basically got total control over Awaken right now, because Awaken is going for a very dicey strategy, which may work, but probably won't. To be honest, it probably won't, because Hydras would just own them so easily. And the Fallen One already has the tech to get the Hydras. The only thing he's missing is the Hydralisk Den. He's already got the upgrades for Hydralisk. He's got a ton of Roaches, and maybe the Roaches will just finish it off here. I do not know. I think the Void Rays will eventually kill them. Just wipe them all out. But it will take a while, and he can probably do some serious damage by the time the Void Rays wipe them out. But yeah, just Hydras. And here we go. 2 more Void Rays, and the Roaches are going to go down in earnest. They are going to get owned all over the place, assuming he keeps them in range. Keep those Void Rays in range. He's going to be burrowed, but there must be an observer somewhere. There's a cannon up there that probably didn't help the Roaches. The Roaches are all going to start to go down. They're going to try and take out the pylons, but it's not the Void Rays that are currently being built you have to worry about. It's the Void Rays that have already been built that you have to worry about, and they're all going to go down. And the Fallen One, I am quite surprised that he has not built a Hydralisk Den yet. In fact, I'm very surprised he's not built a Hydralisk Den there, because it seems so elementary, like such a simple decision. Alright, you send out a ton of Roaches, you see Void Rays, you build a Hydralisk Den. I mean, it makes sense on so many different levels, but we have not seen that yet. He's maybe thinking, I'm just going to push out 1,000,000 Roaches and just overwhelm him, but he just lost 1,000,000 Roaches. And he did a ton of damage, but he lost 1,000,000 Roaches. And if he keeps sending in waves of Roaches against this Void Ray army, he's going to start to, it's just going to start to be a dodgy decision. Void Rays, map awareness, Awaken, wake up. Oh man, it's so ironic that his name is Awaken and he completely missed those. Oh man. Here we go. Roaches coming back in. The Void Rays have just gone way off the map. So both players actually making some serious mess ups a little bit. These Void Rays missing all those Roaches. No Hydra Den coming out yet for the Fallen One. It's continuing to push out the Roaches. everything's going a bit dicey for both players. And I mean, there's a couple more Void Rays. They can take these out eventually. But how much damage will be lost? It could have been saved. Oh, we got Void Rays coming in. They're trying to hit the Queen, taking it out, doing some good damage. But how many Roaches are in here? And Awaken, suddenly he's got an army of Void Rays with nothing down the bottom. He's got Void Rays, but he's got no buildings at all. So these guys are going to try and finish stuff off, but they're kind of just like too many targets at the moment. And the Roach is just doing so much good damage. Look at the probes. What is his one? Where is his one probe? Oh, it's this one. He's been cannon rushing stuff. Oh, he's got 1,300 minerals. The only thing he's got going for him right now is that the Fallen One has nothing that can really hit air. If he keeps the anti-air down, he could potentially finish this off. He just needs to keep his probe alive, keep building buildings, and then make sure he holds onto those buildings. Make sure the Roaches do not have a chance to take him down. So just pylons everywhere, and that'll be good. But he needs to make sure it happens. He needs to get he's got some buildings down here, but they have got to be all over the place, open up, and he needs to make sure he protects them. Right now, the Awaken's priority has got to be taking out the Roaches. I mean, he's taken out the tech options. He's taken out the Roach Warren. I assume he's done that. No, he hasn't, but he's gonna die fairly soon. So now he just has to worry about the Roaches. Oh, not good. You do not want to lose your last remaining army to stationary defenses. That is just bad. So we'll still see. We'll see what's going to happen here. He's taken out buildings, but it's not buildings he needs to be taken care of. I mean, look at these spore crawlers right now. Oh man, he's actually building a spawning pool out here. Alright, go on map awareness. Do not go for that, go for the spore crawlers. Oh, Awaken, what are you doing? Your name is just at complete odds with your playstyle right now. There we go, he's getting some micro in there, it's very nice. The spore crawler going, yeah, there we go, a bunch of spore crawlers going down, and a bunch of buildings actually going down, so it looks like the Fallen One is going to try and mop up here. The Void Rays, I don't think they've got any chance of winning a base race right now. They need to go over and they need to start wiping the Roaches out. They need to get some, they need to be prepared to defend this base, and they need to get in a position where if all these fall down, he's not going to get knocked out of the game. He's got 1,500 minerals. He can easily put down some pylons all over the place. Just knock him down. The Fallen One actually going for a bit of a search. These should be showing up on his map because there's no more Nexi on the map. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. Look at all these spore crawlers coming down. Ouch. This is gonna be nasty. This is gonna be very nasty, but Void Ray's going. I don't think he's gonna be able to take down all of these in time. I really don't. You've got to know when to back off, and right now he should back off because this is just gonna be too crazy. He's actually doing a great job cancelling these. Just back off. You cannot afford to lose your Void Rays to spore crawlers. You just can't. But he's going to continue to press off. The overcharge is gone. The spore crawlers are all over the place. One Void Ray goes down. Second Void Ray goes down. Third Void Ray looking like it's in very bad shape. And the decision making from Awaken is just, no, it's just not good. Because, I mean, you win when your opponent wins. When your opponent has nothing left. And he had such a great advantage right there. The advantage is he can kill the Roaches cannot kill him. That's a massive advantage. Massive. So taking out the Roaches should have been priority number one. And then he can pick and choose buildings to take down, doing them in a nice way, taking out the hatcheries, cutting off the workers, doing it bit by bit, and seeing how he holds there. And then, once he's really hit the economy hard, you can maybe start to build up a nexus, maybe start to get some stuff going. But in the main, just going nuts, making sure that the Fallen One gets his forces knocked down, because these Roaches are just too dangerous to be left alive. But unfortunately, Awaken, not playing all that well, I gotta say. He played okay. The Void Rays were a nice touch, but man, he got so lucky that Fallen One did not go for Hydras, and in the end, he just didn't make the right decisions, and he ended up losing the game. So, not good, and that has been it. This has been our Bracket B game for this week. Congratulations to the Fallen One for another well-fought victory. And stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to be doing our bracket A game. It's going to be Chaos Game from Masterminds versus Paddy from Paddy's Heroes. Now, you might be saying, hang on a sec, wasn't there somebody else in bracket A for Masterminds? And there was. There was somebody named Cog, but he is apparently swapped out for Chaos Game. So we're going to be checking out Chaos Game. Gamer, maybe his Gamer or something like that. I don't know, but we'll check it out. And here's a Zerg. So it's going to be awesome ZVP action going on. So another one of these games. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So stay tuned for that. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.